So we did this story the other day. I think everybody's talked about this, whatnot. The Nazi that happened, the fact that they said, yeah, this guy, he fought the Russians in World War II, and then a couple people, their eyes lit up, and maybe he might be a Nazi. It was kind of easy to figure out, but I can't even believe this is real. The appalling 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians in Second World War. The man fought for Hitler's Nazi Germany, right? So we know this.
Zelensky's speech received at least a dozen standing ovations. There was also one for this man, a 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians during the Second World War.
So we know this. Yeah,
he was like, don't sing Heil, don't sing Heil.
He wants to do it, yeah.
Just shake your fist.
We played the whole video of remember the Family Guy when they go, hey man, they're in Germany, Brian and Stewie, they're like looking at the book. There's nothing in here from 1943 or 1940 to 1947. He goes, nothing was going on. We were on vacation. Wait a second, Nazi invaded Poland. That is not true. We invited. Sir, punch was served.
Look, so because they're calling for Trudeau to resign, and he should. He's a moron, but every idiot in that room that applauded when they heard the line, fought against Russia in World War II, every absolute herd animal that were like that next to that old Nazi, they should all be gone. And also, why is Canada harboring a literal Nazi war criminal?
That's not their fault. When Operation Paperclip came,
it's not Paperclip. It's their own. It was one of their own. I looked.
I heard that when Operation Paperclip was when they were bringing some over, they put some Nazis in Canada because they didn't want to harbor them all.
This is their own thing, and they covered up for all these people.
Oh, yeah. So listen. So you were talking about the fact that it's very easy to notice, Kurt. Like as soon as they said, "All right, this guy fought against the Russians," you would say it.
The guy reading it, somebody. I wish I remember whose video I was watching. Some Canadian show. They pointed out his eyebrow went up as he read the obvious line that even a moron knows.
Yeah.
Okay, and then because he's such a beta,
a bell rang in his head. Wait a second, like I might be honoring a Nazi over here. Let's bring up this clip over here. This is Justin Trudeau. Listen, when all else fails, Kurt, who do you blame?
Russia. Now I believe he's Castro's son because of how irrationally anti-Russia he is. What, Dad? You like Russia?
Obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. The speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada and, by extension, to all Canadians. I think particularly of Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are celebrating commemorating Yom Kippur today. I think it's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast, unequivocal support for Ukraine, as we did last week with announcing further measures to stand with Ukraine in Russia's illegal war against it.
He just pivoted right to it like it was nothing.
Wait, what disinformation? You did that. You had the Nazi there.
That's what I'm saying.
You applauded him?
Dude, when all else fails.
You took pictures with him.
But that's the thing. You just give those people you give the people what they want to hear, right? So you obviously understand that you have this base that's going to agree with you no matter what, that's going to always blame Russia, that's going to always blame Putin, and you just go and pivot to them.
They got enough Jews there to know what a real Holocaust thing is. Even if you got like your ADL kind of scumbag dude that'll claim that Azov is reformed or whatever he did to make it a stamp for. This is too big of a screw up.
Yes.
This is like a real, whoa. This ain't like a tattoo that you cover up and go shake Jon Stewart's hand. Yeah. This is your whole parliament. All standing of these morons.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And they all know the history. They're just that much of sheep and morons that they
Here's
would
the
get
question,
up and go,
Kurt. Is this going to stop them from giving them more money, Ukraine?
Well, by the way, this is the least evil thing regarding a Nazi we've done in the last 3 years. That's the best part.
We've been arming them
since 2014.
Yeah,
you dumb.
To kill their own people.
This now?
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, it just exposes their grift even more. So obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. This is what he was saying. This is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada. It's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast and unequivocal support for Ukraine.
Wait, what Russian propaganda? I just watched your media show me you do. Was Russia going to go, this happened?
So it says, Kurt, What does Russian propaganda have to do with Trudeau honoring a Nazi?
Just
in
pretend
Canadian
it didn't
Parliament?
happen because it helps Russia. I know you want to slam dunk on Justin Trudeau. I think he should have held this ceremony in full blackface like he used to do. Go classic for this one. I bet that guy would have loved it.
So remember this here? Remember when Justin Trudeau accused Conservative MP Melissa Latsman, right? Lantsman, a Jewish woman whose family came to Canada from Ukraine, of standing with people who wave swastikas. Now his own government brought someone in who fought in the Nazi unit into the Commons. We gave Russia a victory. He gave Russia a victory.
Yeah, well, so is Ukraine right now. I don't know if you know.
This was during, remember the trucker thing when they was talking about that one
No, I know. My brother-in-law
Yeah.
my brother-in-law is not even a dumb guy, and I got an argument with
So
him
check
about
this
it.
out.
Yeah.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas.
Can we take a picture with him? Can we applaud him twice?
What do you... It's so mind-blowing. It's baffling. I don't even know what to say.
Maybe
you're
he's
sitting
saying
there
that- yeah.
and you're blaming somebody for standing with swastika. You just brought a friggin' Nazi in to talk in your parliament, you donkey.
Would you leave your Coke in your jet?
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas. They can stand with people who wave the Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal...
Wait,
And you can tell the people who are with him, they got the mask on, by
Look
the
at
way.
that diaper-faced idiot on the end with the glasses. That's the woman who said, let's not politicize this Nazi thing.
Yeah.
That's
her.
great.
That's
Listen, this is one of the greatest news stories that's ever happened.
Yeah.
It's a very special Yom Kippur. I'm going to be laughing about this for weeks and weeks, and I'm going to bring it up every time. Well, but nobody cares about Ukraine. But when I have to talk to some idiot that is like, yeah, give them all the money.
Let's do it one more time.
This is my favorite thing. to
Putin
bring
is
up.
on his heels, man.
Look at their Facebook.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas. They can stand with people who wave the Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal protests need to stop, and they will, Mr. Speaker.
They're illegal protests. They saw one Nazi flag, which we thought was planted anyways and stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously it was planted.
Yeah.
It was very clearly, in fact, it was kind of pathetic in like Canadian psyops, like you only got one guy to do it.
Yep. Well,
you didn't have a whole team,
dude. We had a whole team the other day that was on the steps. You know, right? The Nazis that were there the other day. Remember that were in D.C. that were questioned. There was like 12 of them that were there. Yeah, and I definitely thought that was an insight. They supposedly came from, I think, Florida to go to D.C.
The guys talking about how they love Biden.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I think that
they
was
genuinely love Biden.
I think that was a inside freaking job. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I think it was set. I think it was just like Patriot Front, bunch of feds. Just there to stir up things.
I don't think that guy was a Fed. The one guy was green from face tattoos.
Yeah.
The Feds didn't have no tattoos that.
The Feds hired him, I think. But here, check this out. Canadian Parliament Speaker steps down after honoring a Nazi. And it says Anthony Rota resigns in the face of mounting pressure after he honored a man who served in Nazi World War II.
Fall on you,
unit.
dildo. Wow, what a punk. You let that dude put it all on you. And I knew... Dude, as soon as I saw him raise his eyebrow, somebody else pointed out, I didn't see it first. I was like, wow, this guy's going to just take all the heat.
Yeah, but you know how they're always going to find a fall guy or a patsy.
Why don't you
We know Bob Menendez is not going to resign.
Dude, if that guy had any balls at all, he would have been
They're going to find patsies. They're going to make this guy a patsy. Trudeau doesn't have to pay a price. You know, and Biden's never going to pay a price for all this stuff. Menendez never going to pay a price.
Wait.
Fauci's never going to pay a price. And
is anybody going to investigate why the hell this guy's been in Canada this whole time when he probably should be in
There's
prison?
more to that. Yeah. Let's stick with us. Addressing Canadian lawmakers in Ottawa on Tuesday afternoon, Speaker Anthony Rota said he was resigning with a heavy heart. The House is above any of us. Therefore, I must step down, as your speaker said, Rota, who invited Yaroslav Hunka to Friday's special parliamentary session in the House of Commons, where he recognized the 98-year-old as a Ukrainian hero. I reiterate my profound regret for my error in recognizing an individual in the House, Rota said in Parliament on Tuesday afternoon, as he faced mounting calls to resign from advocacy groups, Canadian lawmakers, and even top members of his own Liberal Party. Why are they arguing and chastising him when they were standing up and clapping themselves, assholes? The whole Parliament was standing up and clapping.
I'm afraid, Rhoda, you're gonna have to wait till next year's Yom Kippur because you did this on Yom Kippur and didn't make atonement until now.
Next year he'll make up for it. That public recognition has caused pain to individuals and communities, including the Jewish community in Canada and around the world, in addition to survivors of Nazi atrocities in Poland, among other nations,
Like the
he said.
Donbass?
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who described the events as deeply embarrassing for Canada, also has faced questions from opposition Conservative Party lawmakers over what he knew about Hunka's background and how he was vetted. He wasn't vetted. That's the point. Pierre Polivier. What's that?
I think it's Poivre.
Poilievre?
Grey Poupon.
You tried to Latin America that pronunciation.
The leader of Conservatives earlier on Tuesday accused the Prime Minister of failing to have his massive diplomatic and intelligence apparatus vet and prevent honoring a Nazi.
I think they thought they could sneak it by. Now, I could believe that Justin Trudeau, that absolutely empty suit, doesn't even thinking about it and, whatever. But they do have Canadian, anybody in the military. There's guys in general outfits sitting there, ain't there? They got Canadian military, whatever their ranks are.
Yeah.
They don't know that that's a Nazi. So I think they figured they could just slip that by.
Yeah.
Like it's the celebrated Azov battalion.
Yep.
That's what I think. And they didn't let this guy in on it.
Kurt, if they want to continue to fund them, they have to make heroes of them. And they think that their phony...
Oh, too soon.
Their phony theatrics and their script really is hitting home. And people actually do hate Russians and actually do hate Putin. They don't. They're not fooled anymore. They don't give a damn. They're sick and tired of you spending money and sending it all over across seas on a proxy war because you want to weaken the Russian Federation. Meanwhile, at home, people are dying and people are suffering. They had enough of it.
I can't tell you how much I hate Justin Trudeau's face. It looks like if ass cheeks were handsome. His stupid puffy cheeks.
We have here in the chamber today a literal Nazi.
Who did this?
His name is Yaroslav Hunka. A Waffen SS soldier who pledged allegiance to Hitler, fought against our allies in the Soviet Union, and was complicit in the Holocaust. This man's a criminal. Not a great look for us.
You think this little dwarven...
One more time?
Yeah.
One more time. Who did this?
You don't know?
This is...
We have here in the chamber today a literal Nazi. His name is Yaroslav Hunka, a Waffen SS soldier who pledged allegiance to Hitler, fought against our allies in the Soviet Union, and was complicit in the Holocaust. This man's a criminal. Not a great look for us.
You know what? The only thing that make that better is if Sean Penn himself gave the man his Oscar.
For 4 years, University of Alberta has had a scholarship in Ukrainian studies named in honor of Yaroslav Hunka, that same Nazi they invited to applaud and applauded in Parliament. He didn't appear out of nowhere. Plenty in Canada must have known.
Yeah. They know. What I want to know is, how do you know and then run your mouth about truckers being Nazis because of one government plant? Like, where do you get the balls to allow that? Mm-hmm. In fact, every time someone here blathers white supremacy, like your Cornel West and such, shut up forever, because we just gave billions of dollars to real Nazis, you moron.
Yeah. And dude, they were setting the table for this, right? So they understand. That's what I'm saying, that a lot of this stuff doesn't just come out of the blue. It's been planned for quite some time. They set the table for it. They condition people. They condition people for it. They program you. They get you ready. They softened you up. You know what I'm saying? They normalize things. Look at this. Support CIUS, the Canadian Institution of Ukrainian Studies. Yaroslav and Margaret Hunka, Ukrainian Research Endowment Fund, which started in 2019. So they were already setting the table for $30,000. Established in 2019 to support the research related to the Ukrainian blah, 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 blah,
blah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just never mind the applause. Why has this guy been here the whole time? There's a scholarships and such.
Yeah. Because they were setting the table, but then they realized how it backfired when people started calling them out. Now, we talk about Poland, right? And we talk about them doing a 180. That at the UN Security Council, while they were meeting there, the Polish president...
Poland's his outfit. The Waffen.
Yes, a lot of them. So much that Himmler, who came there, was like, okay... I think you guys need to step it back a notch.
The gas is more humane than the bullets.
Dude, he was even blown away. But in Poland right now, they did the 180 and saying, we're no longer going to support the Ukrainians anymore, right? We're done sending them weapons. We're done sending them money. We're done taking on their, their refugees, excuse me. Poland seeks extradition of Ukrainian SS veteran who was applauded in Canada.
Look at every one of those idiots clapping.
Look at him. Look at him.
Look at you. How do you ever believe in any of these people ever again after you watch what Pavlov dogs they are?
They got to replace Zelensky sooner or later. Some people, Fiorella says that she thinks, Fiorella Isabel from RT, my co-host on the Convo Couch, she feels they're going to use somebody from the military and bring them in. I think they're going to go right back to Poroshenko. You know, despite Poroshenko wearing the Nazi flags and all that thing, I think they're going to go right back to him because he can handle the Azov battalion. He has the political savviness to do whatever they need him to do, to go ask for more money, to get more money. They want to drag this on as long as they can. And I feel there's people within the Biden administration wants to make sure that this war is going on during the elections because they still believe in their mind that a wartime president is more electable than somebody who is not.
But it's not your war, dumbass. This is a proxy war. This is not like an Iraq war that got that dim bulb W in.
Ukrainians' democracy is connected to our democracy. Our freedom is directly connected to the Ukrainians. Because if we let Vladimir Putin take Ukraine, then he's going to take the Baltic states, then he's going to march into Europe, and none of us will be safe.
Well, what if he tries to denazify us? Because we know the Nazis are here.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. And guess what, Kurt? A win for Russia is a win for...
LGBTQ?
No. Oh. Try again. A win for Russia is a win for...
Oh, I meant a win for Ukraine is a win for LGBTQ.
Yes.
Not for Russia, no.
But a win for Russia is a win for...
China.
China. That's
just what China would want.
So, guys, Poland wants them... He wants them extradited. They want him. They're like, oh, this guy's a criminal. You're applauding him. Poland has done a complete 180 because I think they've been lied to for so long and they said enough is enough. And guess what? They also have elections coming on. Their elections must mean something if everybody's changing their tune.
But you tell me Poland's the first one to figure out the scam of all Europe? Now, who saw that coming?
Poland's the first one to say we had enough. Adolf Hitler did not want to kill the Jews. A Muslim convinced him to do it. I don't know what is going on, but this is Bibi Netanyahu. They're trying to whitewash.
Is he hanging out with Kanye West?
They're starting to whitewash.
Hold on, wait a minute.
They're trying to sympathize for the Nazis now because they have to fund the Nazis. And he was also part of funding the Nazis too.
Are Ye and Bay going to... Wait a minute. Is there a video of this?
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. And Haj Amin al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, if you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them? He asked. He said, burn them.
I know that, by the way, that story, that guy did say that to Hitler, but I have a feeling that Hitler might have, I don't feel like that was the deciding, Hitler was pretty cool with the Jews. I didn't feel like Hitler was like,
I am pretty sure he was not the one to convince Adolf Hitler.
No, he's not. That's a wormy thing to say. That's that guy, the Grand Mufti, as if Hitler was going to take all the commands from the Grand Mufti.
But once again, now it's whitewashing the whole situation. The fact that Israel is arming the Azov battalion for quite some time.
Yeah.
Right? They've been arming the Nazis, and also, too, their illegal wars. Their bombing of the Syrians. They're bombing and going into Beirut. All these situations right now, that's what he's doing. He's actually justifying what he's doing by whitewashing Nazis.
Well, also, it's like another dig on Palestinians. The Grand Mufti was Palestinian. So, because now Hitler's gone, we don't have to worry about Ukraine. They're all cleaned up. You heard the ADL. But we do have to worry about these people that told Hitler. In fact, Hitler wasn't even as bad as the people that told him.
Yeah.
Because as you know, they were in control of him.
This is disgusting, and it is just sad.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Tampa, Boca Raton, Orlando, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, and Levittown, New York. Wow, that's a lot of dates. See you there.